Hey, it's Ethan here with eTrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Bed Rider Pro truck bed bike rack and how it fits on our 2022 Nissan Frontier. This is going to be the compact or mid-size option, but there is a larger bed option available. If you have a couple bikes, you want to get them where you want them to go, but you don't like how tailgate pads work, maybe you want something with a little bit more security, or maybe you don't have a hitch or you're already towing something in the hitch, this is going to be a great option for you, so let's check it out. The rack has a 40-pound per bike weight capacity, which is fine for what we have here. We're going to hold on to our bike with these mounts on the crossbars, so in our case we have a quick release mount, but there are also Thru-Axle options for up to 5 different types, so make sure you check on the product page to figure out if your Thru-Axle is one that fits with the skewers and the adapters that are provided. But like I mentioned, we do have quick release here. So it holds on really securely, and we do just make a little bit of contact with the truck bed. So our bike right here is about 41 inches as far as the wheelbase goes, and we have a little bit of room to move this up if we wanted to, but not a ton. So if you get much larger than 41 inches, you might have to consider one of the options I mentioned at the beginning. Here we could take a closer look at our fork mounts that fit onto our crossbars, and basically we just wrap this bottom bracket around. It clamps the top on. We drop these 2 bolts in and tighten those down. They do have security Allen key bolts, so you won't be able to just get these off and take the bike off unless you have that security Allen key to tighten everything down. On the end of each end cap, we do have lock cores, so we're going to secure the hardware inside. No one will just be able to get in, loosen that up, and take it off. They do support our crossbars, which in our case we have 68-inch long crossbars, which is actually a really nice fit. It's able to get both of our bikes on, have room for them not to be close or touching, and we don't have enough overhang to where we're adding on to the width of our vehicle. On top of our clamps, we also have another lock core that's going to be key-to-like to the one that we talked about just a second ago. It's going to be able to secure our clamps down, and no one will be able to just loosen the clamps up and take the system off that way. I like the clamps. They're really nice and easy to work with. They fit underneath our rails, where a lot of under-rail clamps that we tested for other things have been kind of tricky with this car. And also you can flip the clamps upside down if you have a track system, which a lot of these Frontiers do. And it's kind of just its own built-in adapter, which makes everything really easy and smooth. Also, if you want to, you can purchase a cable lock separately, run it through the bike and the frame, and maybe even around the crossbars, fit it into these points where you anchor onto the side of your bed for a little bit of extra security as well. The rack is made of aluminum, so it's really lightweight, but it's also durable, and it's not going to rust quite as easily. It's going to hold up to the elements, and that's where it's going to be primarily, so it's nice that it's going to be strong and sturdy in those occasions. But we can also add a third mount on here if we want to. You can buy that separately. We have those here at eTrailer as well if you want to get a third bike loaded up. Keeping in mind it's going to kind of depend on your bikes and their handlebar sizes, because you don't want to get them close enough together that they're going to be making contact with one another while you're driving. So that is an option that's available for you. It's just going to come down to the size of your bikes and if you're going to have room in the bed to fit all of them. So overall, like I mentioned, this is going to be a good option for you if you want to get 2 or up to 3 bikes up to 40 pounds where you need them to go. You don't mind taking that front wheel off to get the forks secured onto the rack and to hold them securely. This is a great option. Otherwise, if you would rather just work with something a little bit easier, in my opinion, if you do have a hitch, I would check out some of our hitch bike racks that we have here at eTrailer. I find that they hold on to our bike securely. You can get wider wheelbases and more weight capacity in that case. But overall, I would prefer this over a tailgate pad in the case of the Frontier, just because I don't necessarily love how they fit on this car. We tested a handful of them out. Not a lot of them fit, and they don't hold our bike very securely. So this is sort of an in-between option in my opinion, but I do like how it works. This was just a quick look again at the Thule Bed Rider Pro truck bed bike rack and how it fits on our 2022 Nissan Frontier.